Hi, it's Yvette from Ant Keeling and Hypnotherapy. Today on Coffee with Yvette, I'll be speaking with Nadia Schwartzman. Nadia, she came to see me about 3 years ago now for a QHHT session, intrigued about past lives. She'd always had a really keen interest in UFOs, so there was no surprise really with the incredible information that came out in the QHHT session. This furthered Nadia's inquiring mind with regard to UFOs. And not long after her session, actually, she booked flights to go to America to the CE5 conference, where I understand that en masse people make connection to galactic people, to spaceships, to UFOs. It all sounds incredible. So I can't wait to speak to Nadia about all of this. So pop the kettle on, grab a tea or a coffee, and come and join us. Hello.
Hello, Yvette.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm great, thank you. I'm great.
So nice to talk to you again.
Oh, you too. You too. It seems so long. Was it about 3 years ago?
Oh, yes, I
It
think
was.
so. I came to see you in 2019,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, a couple of years ago. Yeah,
2
2
years
years.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for the session. And I remember because I was trying to remember all of the session, but obviously I do so many. But
Yeah.
I remember the translucent blue being and
Yes.
the white. Was it white avian? A beautiful
Blue avian,
blue
but I
avian.
also saw myself as a white, like a white light.
Ah, that's what I'm remembering.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible.
That was
Incredible.
an amazing session. Yeah, I do think about it very often. Yeah, it was wow.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I knew at the time, I remember chatting with you and your interest in UFOs.
Yes,
Um, and it wasn't long after that, was it, when you started to make arrangements to go to America?
that's right. Yeah, because I think I
Yeah.
came to see you in, I think it was August of 2019. And I
Yes.
remember telling you that I had booked a trip to the US
Yes.
for October.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's when I went. Yeah. And
Fantastic.
it was just amazing, and the whole thing fell into place. It was very interesting because I used to work for a school at the time, so I had only set holidays. I couldn't just take my holidays anytime
Yes.
I liked,
Yeah.
and I always checked when they were doing a trip because I wanted to go. I had wanted to do that for a while, but it never fell during my holidays, of course. And one day, so in 2019, I checked again, and would you believe it? It falls just in my holidays, and I booked it.
Perfect.
I just booked it
I'm going.
before thinking too much about it. I took that as a sign.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
Did you travel on your own? Is it
yes,
a
I did.
journey? Oh my goodness,
You know,
that's brave.
it's the first time that I did that. I've
Mm.
traveled, in a lot of places in the world, but
Yes,
always with someone,
yes,
never on my own.
of course.
And this one, we had to be on my own. And I was, I thought, I don't know, it just felt right. I wasn't even scared or anything. I just knew I had to do it.
Fabulous,
Sometimes
fabulous.
in life, you just know you've just got to do it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I booked it. I thought, yeah, I'm doing it, and that's it. That's all there is
fantastic,
to it.
fantastic. So tell me all about it. What was it that you were going? What was
So
this event?
it's basically it's called CE5, and
Right,
CE5 is human initiated contact
right.
with ETs.
Yes,
Stephen Greer, Dr. Stephen Greer is the one who, well, I don't know if he created it, but he's really the one in the movement,
right.
doing a lot of trips and talking about it a lot.
Yes.
And I actually learned about that from him,
Okay.
on the internet. I don't know. It's just one of those things, that it just came on my feed somewhere, and I looked into it. I thought, oh, that's strange, So let's have a look. And I thought, wow, I had no idea people did that. So I researched that for a while, and then I found another group in the US. It's called ET Let's Talk, and
Right.
it's done by a guy called Costa Macreas. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name.
All right. Right.
And so I joined his organization in order to, get to know people and all that. And he was organizing trips, about 3 or 4 trips a year he
Yes.
does in the US.
Yes.
And that's how I got to go there, because they were doing that trip, which fell during my holidays. I thought, okay, I'm doing it, because if I don't do it now, I'll never do it.
Yeah.
So just let's go
The
for
time
it.
is right.
Yeah. So I just went to the US on my own, and the whole trip was just perfect. I have to admit that before going,
Mm.
I got myself ready, on a spiritual level, if you
Yeah.
like. I asked for protection for my trip. Because I just needed that. So,
Yeah.
and to be honest with you, everything went well from the moment I left home to the
Wonderful.
moment I got back home. Even though some of my flights I didn't have a lot of time to change in between, and a lot of things were sometimes really just, but it just worked
Yeah.
because I had faith. I just knew.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you were on the right path as well. Of course, doors will just open when you're in the flow. Yeah.
Exactly. And I've learned a while ago to just trust the universe.
Yes.
And that's what I do in everything I do
Perfect.
now. I just trust the universe. I put my trust in it. And if it's right for me, then, I'm thinking, no, just go for it. If that's
Yes.
that's my path,
Yes.
I'm just following my path,
That's
whatever it may
beautiful.
be.
Beautiful. So tell me more. I'm really excited to know what you did when you got there because you arrived
So,
in this country. Like, is
yeah.
anybody to meet you?
Well, I had booked a taxi at the airport to
Mhm.
take me to the accommodation. I had
Yes.
booked, it was like an accommodation, a small house, if you like, close to where we were. So it took place in just outside Joshua Tree National Park in California.
Right.
That's where they do it.
Yes.
And so you have a lot of accommodation and hotels and things. So I had booked a little house. It's a woman who owns a few properties around there, because a lot of people go
Of
there
course.
to do that.
Yes.
It's like the ET spot, apparently.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. And so I had booked that. So I arrived, and I had beforehand, everybody who was going there. So it was about 10 of us. We
Right.
had all linked up by email in order to get to know each other.
That's nice.
And I had arranged for somebody to come and pick me up every day. They were the next house down from me.
Yes.
So they picked me up every day to go. It was like about 10 minutes drive. It was really close. So it was beautiful because everything was close. So in the morning, uh, we had time off, which was great because
Yes.
we could just do whatever we liked. We would meet in the afternoon to do meditation things, so a lot of exercises with meditations, get to know each other. It was really, really interesting. And then in the evening, we would do CE5. So we were in the desert. And what you do is that you all sit in a circle.
Yes.
So it's dark,
Right.
completely black.
Mm.
It's freezing. even
Yes.
though even though it's California, it was really hot during the day, but at
Yeah.
night, I can tell you,
Did you
it's
remember to take some jumpers and
yes.
pullovers?
Well, they had told us. They had
Was
told
everybody
us.
flip-flops and shorts? Like, oh, I
No,
didn't
no, no.
realise.
They did warn us you would get cold, and you actually go
Yes.
with a blanket
Oh,
because
okay.
it's really cold. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So you just all sit in a circle, and we do a meditation, and you basically wait, if you see what I mean. It's
Right.
basically a question of all being I think we do a meditation so that we all connected, we
Mm.
all in love, because something that they say is that they will not show themselves if somebody is scared,
Right.
if there is fear,
Yes.
and so
Right.
on. So, you really have to be in that love frequency, that faith, and then things start to happen. Um, Again, I don't want people to think that you just go there and you've got ETs in front of you. It's not the
No.
way it works,
You've got to
okay?
work at it, haven't you? Yeah.
You
Yeah. Yeah.
do, you do,
So,
yeah.
so the meditation, Nadia, that you do, is this a specific meditation or
No, just I
just
would
to get your
say
frequency
no,
up?
no, it's not. I mean, you can find. I know that Dr. Stephen Greer has specific meditations for that, and I have been doing one especially, which I really love. It's about half an hour long, but it's just absolutely amazing. And I can maybe give you the link if people
That
are
would be
interested.
wonderful for
Yeah, they
people.
can
Yeah,
listen
that'd be
to
great.
it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's basically a meditation, I think, just so that everybody, as I said, is connected, is peaceful, and
Yes.
it
Raises
just
the
gets you into
frequency.
that vibration.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it was interesting because things happen not only in the evening, but I think every participant also had experiences during the day when we were
Yeah.
on our own,
Yeah.
doing our own thing. I mean, for me, okay, something that happens to me, not very often, but happens to me once in a while, is that I sometimes have vision of things
Right.
and I sometimes hear voices.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen very often, but it does happen because what I do is that I keep a book of all my experiences,
Yes.
things like that, dreams that are relevant.
Yes.
Everything that happens in my life, I keep a book because it's interesting that it's very easy to think nothing happens. And
Yes.
then you read your book back and you think,
Wow.
wow, a lot happens
Yes.
actually. Yeah.
Yes.
So I would really, really encourage people to do that because you'd be amazed. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So the first day, so on the Monday, I remember hearing a voice in the afternoon, but I couldn't work out what it said.
Right.
So, which is a shame, but again, it happened, so that's fine. In the evening, so that's our first evening when we met, we had flashes of light 20 times in the
Beautiful. Was
sky.
that in the sky?
In the
Yes.
sky. So you
Wow.
just got flashes of light, and Dr. Greer talks about that. You just got those flashes, and they're
Yes.
always in the same spot. So it's not like if a plane was going
It's
anywhere.
gliding. Yeah.
It's always in the same spot. And
Uh-huh.
we counted 20 times.
Wow.
And I also have to say that some of the guys who were with us, they had an app to make sure it was not a satellite, a plane, whatever.
Oh,
We had gaps
wonderful.
who were really, really clued
I
up and really
see.
knew what
I
they
see.
were doing.
And that's what we need, isn't it?
Yeah,
Otherwise, people will say, "Oh, well, it's just a satellite or it's just this."
exactly.
And unless you've got the instruments to be able to test, we don't
Exactly.
know.
Because
Yeah.
it did happen that sometimes we thought, oh, I think I may have seen something. And they would look on the app and say, oh, no, that's actually a satellite.
Right.
You know, so it's
Brilliant.
good. It's good.
That's
Um,
fantastic.
yeah.
Yes.
And then in the same night, a bit later, we had 40 flashes of light in 7 minutes.
Oh my goodness, I bet you were cheering. Do you
It's
get
like,
so
well,
excited?
you're just counting them, you're just counting them and you don't want it to stop.
Yes, yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
so it's obviously someone signaling to us because why would you have those flashes of light in the same spot
Yes,
constantly? I
yes.
can't think of anything else,
No, no, not at all.
you
So,
know.
when you've done this, you do a meditation, so we're
Yeah.
getting the frequency up, and then what do you do to let the galactic people know that you want to connect? Is this something that you would need to say or
Mm,
do to connect, or is it just simply get your frequency high and
just get
sit
the
there in
frequencies high
anticipation?
because the intention is there
Okay.
and they know.
Yes.
You
Yeah, they
don't need to tell them, you
do.
know what I mean? They know, okay?
Yes.
And that's why if you're afraid, if there's somebody in the group who's there for, I don't know, to make trouble or whatever,
Yes.
it won't happen.
You won't see anything.
No,
Oh,
because they know they can
yes.
read, you know, what you've got in your mind,
Yes.
basically in your heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't have to. No, you don't have to say anything special. It's more if you're true, if you're true to yourself, if you then it happens. That's
Yes.
probably what I would
Yeah.
say. That evening, I had a feeling that something was scratching the ground behind me.
Right.
And that evening, a lot of people did say things like that you could hear scratches, you could hear some people saw entities.
Wow.
Me, I never see anything.
No, what did I mean,
Don't.
but you sense though, don't you? You
You know,
feel and
I
heard.
wish, I wish I could see, but at the same time, I think it doesn't happen for me because they probably know I'm not ready for that.
Yes.
There's probably some fear,
Yeah,
and I accept that.
put
So
it into
it's
words.
just, it will happen one day when I'm ready.
What was it that your friends there, what was it that they saw?
Well, I remember a man saying that he could see entities. I think in the trees we had some trees around us,
Right.
and he could see shapes, you could see entities, and I can't remember how he described them, but it wouldn't be your typical ET. It was more
No.
just entities, just I can't remember exactly how he described them, but
Yes.
we all had, yeah, different experiences, different sensory experiences, actually, you know.
Yes.
There was a couple who brought with them a reader, EMF reader,
Oh yes.
or
Yes.
do you know
It
what
is.
I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. With the the
Yeah,
hormone.
because
Yes.
they use that back home. And one evening we did a meditation, and then the reader went off.
Did it?
It
As
just
if
went
the
off.
energy had changed. Yes. The EMF field
So
had
we all
changed.
jumped. Yeah.
Scared them off.
It's like, oh my God. Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, again, that was interesting. So people all brought something different with them. I think,
yes. Yes.
different technologies, but also different
Wonderful.
feelings and faith and
Yes.
all that.
That's
So
wonderful.
yeah.
So did you have to pay a fee to go to this meeting, or was it just a case of book the flight, book the
No, you
hotel?
do have to pay a fee, but it wasn't actually much.
Yeah.
I know Dr. Gray charges a lot.
Oh, does
It
he?
does.
Okay, so
It
Dr.
does.
Greer himself does these sort
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah. It does
things
exactly the
as well.
same. Yeah, but
Ah,
it charges a lot.
okay.
But then again, with his experience and
Yes.
everything he
Yeah.
does, it's just
Yes.
one of those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
let's talk. You do have a fee because at the end of the day, they've got to live. You know.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, and it's their vocation, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
exactly. That's
them
their
helping
job.
us, helping the planet. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
their job. Yeah.
yes, yeah,
But I wouldn't say it's that expensive. I can't remember how much it was, to be honest, but it's reasonable. It's
yes,
it's just,
yes, yes. And Nadia, what about in the UK? Do we have anything like this here, or do we have to go?
yes, I'm sure people do it in the
Yeah.
UK, but there isn't anyone where I am. I'm in
Right,
Nottingham, and I tried to create a group, but only two people replied, and then one of them decided he didn't want to do it.
right.
And it's a shame because he was very connected. He told me a
Yes,
few things that happened to him. I really wanted to do something with him, but he
yes.
he pulled back, and
Not
that's
ready.
okay.
Yeah,
And then there was a lady, and we met once or twice, but again, in the UK, what's hard is that it's very cold. So
yes.
going outside any time of the day, it's not
You have
something
to
you
be
really want
wrapped
to do.
up.
Having said that, you can do it from your home. You don't
Yes,
have to be outside. You could do it
right.
from your living room.
Yes.
So people do it in the UK, but not where I am, not that I'm aware of anyway.
Right. Right. I see.
But
I
yeah,
see.
you could find groups, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be really good, wouldn't it? That would be
That
really
would be
good to,
amazing.
yeah, to do that.
Yeah.
And tell me, is there an assumption that when you're seeing these lights, that they're positive, that there's nothing sinister? Because when you look at the government narrative,
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
when they show ships
Yeah.
and UFOs, there's always a sinister edge to it. Although it always seems to be some sort of
Yeah.
security risk. What's your feeling when you see things? Do you get a feeling of love and of connectivity,
Yes.
or you do? Yeah.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Do you know, at the end of the day, I think, yes, I'm sure there are bad ETs and good ETs, like everywhere. You've got bad and good everywhere.
Yes. Yeah.
But I think what you get is what you put out.
Of course, vibrational match.
That's the way I
Yes.
look at it. Yeah.
Yes.
If you
Yeah.
send love, I don't believe that negative entities can cope with love, if you like. I don't think they can
Yes.
handle that.
Yeah.
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 So I've never felt threatened.
That's beautiful.
Never.
That's really good because I just my opinion, but I think that's what puts some people off.
Of course.
Is they almost want to. It's a little bit like mediumship, isn't it? If you
Yeah.
go to see a medium, it's like I want to, but I don't want to. I'm a little bit scared. And I feel that with some people, it's a little bit like that with
Yeah.
ETs. They
Yeah.
want to, but it's the unknown, isn't it? It's the
Yes,
unknown.
it is. It is, and I think it's like that with everything. Take tarot cards, for example.
Yes,
Some people tell me, "Oh no, that's a negative thing," but I tell them, "Well, no, it depends on who does it.
absolutely.
If it's used for good,
Yes, yes.
it's fine." Yeah,
Yes, yeah, that's a really good analogy actually. And in
yeah,
the same respect, if somebody with a certain frequency was to put out into the universe, they may well
yeah,
get a different type of ET.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. You
yeah.
can do, you can use anything for good or bad,
Yes,
basically.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. I noticed, I did have a look because I remembered that Dr. Stephen Greer, he'd done, was it 3 documentaries?
Yes, it has.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
At
and
least three. Yeah.
yeah, and they were, I think it was it Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind?
Yes,
That was
yes, he did
really
one.
interesting,
It
yeah.
was very good, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yes,
it
yeah.
was, and I've noticed that I think that's free now on Amazon, because I remember when that first
Yeah,
came out, I did
yeah.
pay for that. That was
Yes.
really interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever used the app? Somebody mentioned to me that he'd developed an app.
Yes, there is an app, but it doesn't work on my phone.
Oh, did it? Oh, no.
I did
But
try
if
it.
you recommend it, I'm definitely
Yeah,
getting that,
yeah.
because I'm like,
But
"Okay, I'm gonna give this a
I'm
go."
sure it's good. I mean, I've heard
Yes.
people say that yes, it's good. So, but on my phone, it's a cheap phone, maybe that's why. And
Oh.
sometimes, you know, you download apps and you try to download apps and it says, no,
Oh,
not
right.
doing that one.
Well, I'm definitely gonna give that a go. I'll let you know how I
Yeah,
get on with that.
yeah.
It's something I
But
want
what
to
you can
do.
do is on the internet, you've got crop circle sounds, you know. So, and I think that
All right,
might
sort of the
be part of,
frequencies.
yeah, I think that might be part of the app. I'm not sure. But you can actually, if you type crop circle, not sound, but maybe frequencies, I can't remember.
Yes.
You do have those like high pitched sound and, you know, like,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
really good. And apparently you can use that also to make contacts. That's my understanding.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fantastic. Have you, because I remember, I think it was somewhere near Sheffield Way a couple of years ago,
yeah,
when I think I was still on Facebook at that point, and I'd realized that there were some crop circles there. But actually going to see them, it's
yeah.
quite difficult to get into the
Is it?
field.
Yeah.
It is, but
Are
the
you allowed?
energy.
Are you allowed to go and
No.
no,
You're
yeah.
supposed to ask the farmer's permission. You're
Okay,
supposed to,
sure.
and the one we went to was literally, so you've got the roadside and there was a public footpath down.
Right.
And but of course on ground level you can't see it. And it was quite
Okay.
a small field.
Yeah.
And actually my son bought, oh gosh, what do you call them? Those things that go up and do a bird's eye view. Gosh, I can't
Oh,
remember what it's called. A drone.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, I know
So
what you mean.
afterwards, that spurred us on to buy a drone, because we thought we're surrounded by fields in
Yeah,
Nottinghamshire,
yeah,
surrounded, and
yeah,
how would we know? We wouldn't
yeah,
necessarily know if you know, even if there was a small
yeah,
crop
yeah.
circle, but the energy there.
I've never been to crop circles. That's something I'd like
Oh,
to do. I've just never been.
it's incredible.
Yeah.
When we did our training for QHT level 2, I might
Yes.
have told you this when I saw you actually, years ago in Oxford. We, as a collective, there was about 60 of us in groups of 30, went to Stonehenge, and we did
Yeah.
lots of energy work.
Yeah.
And then we followed to other stone circles, and literally that following night there were crop circles everywhere.
Oh,
Now I would love to take the credit along with the collective with them,
yeah.
but
Well,
something I can't do that. I wish, but what I can do is absolutely, that was a message of some kind,
yes, yes,
definitely,
yeah.
because the energies there were insane. They were incredible.
You know, they said there are no
No,
coincidences,
no,
and I believe
no.
that.
Yeah, yeah, and it was a
Yeah.
wonderful sort of acknowledgement that we'd been on that path, that journey at that point. That was
Yes,
brilliant.
yeah. Do you know, we could do a whole show about synchronicities. It's
We could.
absolutely
It's
amazing.
wonderful, isn't
Yeah.
it? And the more that you see it, the more that you acknowledge it, the better it gets, the better it gets, really.
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
brilliant, isn't it? Brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me, what are your thoughts on what's being called the soft disclosure of our government? You know, creeping in gently, gently. There was a load of reports that came out,
Yeah.
wasn't there?
Yeah.
Not so long ago now, that I
Yes.
remember
Yeah.
seeing a few
Yeah.
about the UFOs and ETs.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. I think on the one hand, it's disappointing because we were told something was supposed to be declassified in the US not so long ago,
yes,
and nothing came out of it really, did it?
right.
I don't think so. And yeah, you do see stuff online, but at the same time, I'm also aware that that might be the last card they can play, if you
Yes,
see what I mean.
I do see
So
what
I'm
you mean. I've had
worried
that
about that
feeling.
as well.
Yes,
You
yes.
just don't know.
Absolutely. And I remember, again, years ago, can't remember when, but a friend of mine had a pack of just a deck of cards that were the Illuminati cards. I
Yeah.
haven't
Oh,
seen them. I've not got
yes.
a pack of them.
Yes.
But apparently, one of the last cards is a UFO or a galactic ship, like
Sure.
a black triangle.
Ah.
And of course, all the Illuminati cards that have gone before, these are all things that have happened.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
And I know there was a thought that this may be one of the cards that the government will pull out, is that it will be a red flag.
I don't know if it will happen, but it was
Mhm.
certainly the plan, I believe.
Yes,
I believe
yes,
because Werner von Braun did warn people about that.
yes, on his
That
deathbed, wasn't it?
yes, it
Yeah,
was their
I
last
remember seeing that.
card. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So I don't know when I see disclosure. I don't know if they're trying to prepare people, and that's a good thing, you
Yes.
know,
Mm.
because then people kind of accept that it's real. Or I don't know if they're starting to prepare people for a big
Before the
show,
fear, yes, the big
Project
show.
Bluebeam type
Yes.
thing,
Yeah, 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 absolutely, absolutely.
So
I did
yeah,
notice, I don't know whether you've seen it on, I think it didn't come up on TV, it's not often
yeah,
we have programs on there, but it came up on Telegram,
yeah,
and it was the new John Lewis advert. Have you
yeah.
seen the Christmas advert? So
Oh,
there's an ET and a little boy.
I've heard about it. No, I
Hmm.
haven't seen it yet.
Yes, it was interesting that I thought, "Oh, okay, so is that some sort of
Ah,
version of soft disclosure?" Because that's quite unusual for a Christmas advert.
okay, yes,
Yeah, quite
yeah.
unusual. Is there any way, because the thing that concerns me a little bit, although I'd like to think when it happens that I will intuitively know. But if, for example, there is this black triangle ship or any other ship, really, how do we know that it is an actual UFO versus something that the government have created? Is there any way to tell?
Dr. Stephen Greer talked about that one day, and he said
Oh, to
basically
say,
the real thing doesn't have um bolts and screws
I
and
see,
whatever
right.
you need.
So it will look more like almost like robust, I suppose the word is, isn't it?
That
With
might
nuts
be
and
one way
bolts.
to tell. I don't know. Again, yes, intuition, I suppose, would be a
Yes,
good thing, but it's
yeah.
easier said than done, I guess,
I
when it
know,
happens with
it's
the shock and everything.
absolutely,
It's,
because in my mind, we're like, "Come on, we're ready for this. Come on, ET,
yes,
come on, take me away."
yeah,
But
yeah,
actually, if it
yeah,
happened, we'd probably, the best of us would probably, panic a
yeah,
little
yeah,
bit,
yeah,
just a
yeah,
little bit,
yeah.
wouldn't we?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I like to think that the real thing would look so out of this world, that you would
Yes.
know,
Yes.
you would just
Yeah, yeah.
recognize it.
Oh, I truly hope so. I truly hope
But
so.
it's hard to know, isn't it?
It is. It
Yeah.
is. Definitely something that, yeah, we need to bear in mind, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I think we'll know somehow. I just think we'll know because also people talk a lot on social media. They compare notes. They have information. So that's something. The internet would just blow up with something like that, and you would
Yeah.
have so much information. Yeah, I don't know. I don't actually think it's going to happen very soon if it does happen. Because I don't think,
Right.
I mean, if it is disclosure, I don't think people are ready for that yet. There are other things I think that people need to be told about
Yes.
before that. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Nadia, is there anything else? I know you've sent me that wonderful video.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, so I'll pop that at the end
Yeah.
of this chat for people to
Yeah.
see. And is that the actual footage of you when you were in California?
Yes. Yeah.
Ah,
That's what happened
fantastic.
that night, basically. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll tell you about that. I mean, basically, no. Let me go back to the day after. So a few days before that, on the Tuesday, so day number 2, I was asking because I was getting impatient as you do.
Yeah.
You go there, you want to see something straight away. And so that's when I was in my accommodation on my own. And I was basically asking, when are we going to see something? When?
Yes.
And I heard a voice say, stand back.
Right.
So I took that to mean just
Right.
hold on,
Okay.
just,
Yes.
So I thought, oh, okay. Um, and then the day after, so on the Wednesday, again, we had had experiences, but nothing that would make you go wow,
Right.
So again, getting impatient because I'm thinking, it's Wednesday, I'm leaving on Saturday, I think it was. And I was in my accommodation and I was thinking, oh, the trip is almost over, haven't seen anything, I was getting really worked up about it. And I was really really in that in that mood, like if I've come here and I haven't seen anything, I'm going to be so disappointed, blah blah blah. And I was outside and suddenly this hummingbird came to my face like that,
Oh, wow.
and just flew, hovered a few seconds
Beautiful.
and left.
Yes. Beautiful.
And I thought, okay,
Like, when
I'm
does
not,
that ever happen?
and I thought, I'm not complaining anymore. I'm not going to say anything anymore.
Thank you, universe.
That was amazing. It was like straight like that, looking at me and just hovering for a few seconds. And I thought,
Beautiful.
what how likely is it to be that that something like that would happen? So that evening we saw flashes from craft again, and I saw also something that evening, something like an insect or something that flew past me, but it was illuminated. So I
Right.
still don't know what that was.
Wow.
No idea if it was an insect, if
Yeah.
they're supposed to have things like that, or don't know. And the day after, it was very interesting because the day after, so Thursday, all day I was singing two songs in my mind.
Right.
They were David Bowie songs.
Oh, I might have known.
Of course, because I'm a fan. And so the lyrics of one goes, "It's happening now, not tomorrow. It's happening now."
Oh,
And the other one was, "There's something in the sky."
wow.
And to be honest, I couldn't believe it all day from morning to evening. Those phrases
Yeah, the
constantly in my mind.
information through
Okay,
to you.
now we meet in the evening, and guess what happens? The video was sent you. That
Oh,
craft
wow.
following the plane, and that
Wonderful.
was absolutely amazing.
Mind blowing. Mind blowing.
So when people watch it, it's basically you've got that plane, and it's obviously a plane because you've got the
Yes.
flashing lights,
Yes.
but you've got that thing, that craft that's following it, and
Yes.
then it's right above it, and it just follows it. So you've got the plane and that craft, and it just follows it and follows it.
I don't think we have satellites. He's chasing the jet. What time is it? Then go on, get out of here. 9:26. 9:26. That's pretty close to 9:30. Plane followed by satellite. 9:26. Well, there might be another coming. Cool. Awesome. Wow.
Still on video.
It's almost as if it was demonstrating, well, that's what a plane looks like. I'm not that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. I didn't think it was that funny, but okay.
It's just the way
The right crowd. The right crowd.
It was, and just we were looking at it, and you just knew.
Yes. That
Again,
inner
I guess
knowing.
intuition.
Yes.
You just know that was not two planes, because why would they do that?
No, they wouldn't, and it would be too close as well, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
So we were thinking, oh my God, the people in the plane, it may have been, we think it may have been a jet. So I'm guessing if it was, the pilots are probably used to it.
There
I'm
must
guessing.
be. There must,
Because
especially
this
over
is,
that area.
yeah, this is the
Yeah.
UFO spot, I'm told.
Exactly.
So, I'm sure it's not reported, I'm sure, but they probably know.
Yes, and knowing amongst the pilots that,
I would think that would not
Yeah.
surprise me. But that was absolutely amazing. I think the video is about a minute long, so it was short, but
Yes.
those kind of things that you remember,
Yes. Do you know what though? I feel that you were blessed to even get that footage, because
Yes.
I know, and I have seen.
Yeah.
I can't prove there were UFOs,
Yeah,
but I've seen them over Nottinghamshire. If I've been
I
driving
have.
somewhere, I have, yeah, and it's been
Yeah.
like dusk, and you can see this silver
Yeah.
and it rotating and spinning, and you try and get your camera out, and boom, it's gone.
I have seen
Literally.
them. Yeah. Do you know something I've learned is not to
Mm,
waste time trying to get a camera.
yeah, just absorb
Exactly.
it, take a
Now,
picture with the
yes,
mind.
that's what I
Yeah.
do because I've seen them over Nottingham
Yes.
during the day.
Yes.
I see something in the sky and then it disappears. It's not there.
Absolutely. It's incredible, isn't it? I tell you,
Yeah.
I am super excited. I cannot wait for the time, and I hope it happens in my lifetime
Yeah.
where, it's just there's a landing strip for them.
Yes.
They just come down and
Yes.
they land, and it's just
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
and even from a point of view that we have airplanes that take up, lots of, I don't know what it is, petrol. I don't know what you put
Yeah. Yeah.
in an
Yeah.
aircraft. I don't know.
Yeah.
But of course, you've got these living, conscious, breathing
Yeah.
UFOs
Yes.
that and I know there are certain people that will say we've already reversed technology. We already
Yes, we
have
have.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if we do, then surely that's got to be much better for the
Yes.
planet
Yeah.
for them to release that
Yeah.
technology.
Yeah.
That would be incredible.
A point I would make about crafts is a lot of people, would say, uh, but it would take them too long to come to Earth with their craft because they're coming from God knows where. So it would take too
Right.
long and it's not possible. Therefore, it's not happening. And I would say to them, well, no, because you're looking at it the wrong way. I don't think they travel from A to B in a craft. I
No.
think they use a lot of them. I think they use dimensions.
Absolutely. And certainly,
Yeah.
in the regression hypnosis sessions, whether
Yeah.
it's QHT or
Yeah.
whatever I'm using, my understanding is they just use wormholes.
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
literally shooting
Yeah.
and they're at the other end.
Yeah.
It's not, and like you say, it's a multi-dimensional universe,
Exactly.
isn't it?
If those beings are live, for example, in, I don't know, the 10th dimension or
Yes.
even higher,
Yeah.
do you really think they need a craft?
No. They're there, aren't they?
Oh, exactly.
I think we get stuck in that state of just
Yeah.
thinking like a human, don't we?
Yes, yeah,
You
no,
know?
that exactly, and you're right. You're right. That's a
Yeah.
good point. I always say to people, no, stop thinking like a human. Just
Think like
and
the
it's
galactic being you are.
you've got to unlearn and
I know.
what you've learned. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, I mean that craft was quite
Mm.
amazing, and we actually had changed location that evening because there was like a mountain where we were, and we had spotted a light in the mountain, and nobody knew anything about it. The
Right.
locals, nobody knew anything. So we started thinking, oh, I wonder what that is, and we did meditations about it to try and see,
Yes.
I mean, I saw things, I went in and saw things. I don't know. We never found out if there was anything to it.
Right.
But we had changed spot, and it's that evening that we saw those two crafts. And I spotted them. I remember because you say you were lucky to catch it on camera, but I don't know why I was the only one looking that way. And I saw those two things
Perfect
come,
timing.
and I was like, do you want to tape that? Yeah.
Oh, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So, but that day, what did we have? I perceived the energy of beings around us that evening as
Beautiful.
well. I just, again, it's not something you can really explain, but just energy-wise, that you could
Yes.
tell there was something,
Yes. Yeah.
someone.
Absolutely. I know in sessions I've had a few clients mention about cloaking.
Yes.
And it is something I've experienced. I've felt them, and this is only in the garden.
Yeah.
So I get up early with the dogs, 4:30, 5:30, let
Yeah.
them out, and it was dark. Got two dogs, and it was a little bit. Is it Race to Witch Mountain? I think that's not that I promote Disney at all, but it was a Disney film, and
Yeah.
it was about ETs looking in human
Sure.
form, and there's a dog on there that stops. Like dead, or it can sense these energies.
Yeah.
And my dogs did exactly that. They went out, and where they normally run over to the grass, they stopped,
Oh wow.
and then Rufus made a sort of a noise,
Oh wow.
and then ran back in, just came in. And I could feel a very tall energy over in the right hand corner of the garden. I could absolutely feel it, but I couldn't see it physically.
Sure.
And it was just there. I don't know why it was there. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, coming in, dogs. Close the door.
Didn't you have a chat?
And then probably the night before, I was like, "Come on, bring it on! I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm
no, no.
ready."
We all the same. We all the
Yeah,
same. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. It
But
just
I think animals are very good at sensing that, because one of my cats, I have 4 cats, and one of them a few years back now, he came home. I was on my way, actually. I was about to leave home to go and see. I don't like calling them fortune teller, because it sounds,
an intuitive.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And first time I did that, so I was quite, excited, but apprehensive and all that, and
Yeah.
he came home, he took one look at me, and he ran out again.
Oh,
And I thought, okay,
oh. Who did you bring in with you?
I know. I
Who
thought,
do you think you
okay.
could see?
And then when I saw the guy, he kept saying to me, like he could feel there was someone, there's just somebody with you, there's just,
Yes.
and I thought about my cat, and I thought, okay.
Your cat absolutely knew.
He's good at that, yes. So I
Oh,
tend to
bless him.
watch his reactions.
Yes, yeah, absolutely,
uh,
absolutely. So,
but sorry, go ahead.
sorry, no, I was just going to ask if you've had any plans for the future, because I know that it's been on hold a little bit whilst
Yeah,
all this has been going on the
yeah.
planet. But have
Well,
you any plans for the future?
no, not really. I mean, at the moment, I've become, I guess what you could call a digital soldier. I just inform people. So the ET stuff, I've had to leave, on one
Yes,
side for now, because with everything that's happening, there's something more urgent to look at.
yes, yeah,
So that's what I do now. I'm on Facebook and Telegram, and I just, do some research, dig, and inform people as much as I can. I
yes.
follow a lot of people to try to learn, and and also it has allowed me not to live in fear.
That's
And now,
beautiful.
yeah,
That's true.
I now
Yeah,
understand the fear thing, and so much so
yeah.
that in February I actually left my job.
Oh, well done.
Yeah,
Well done.
because
That
it
takes great
was
courage.
it
Yeah,
was getting really silly. I won't go into it, but it was getting really silly. And I thought, you know
yes,
what, I don't actually need that.
absolutely.
So I left. And again, I can't explain it. I have faith in the universe. I know I'll be fine. And I can't explain it.
Beautiful.
I know
Beautiful.
I'll be
And doors
fine.
will just open now. They
Yeah,
will. Because
yeah,
when you come away from something that's been low
yeah,
frequency, you raise your
sure.
frequency and then
That's
trust.
right.
Yeah.
So I'm
Beautiful.
thinking of maybe moving back to France next year. I
Yes.
don't know.
Well, I will come and see you.
Exactly. Yeah.
That'd be lovely. Go
Yeah.
UFO hunting.
So I don't really know. I mean, for now, I'm just, I keep my head down while the
Yes.
whole world is going mad. I just keep my
Yeah,
head
yeah,
down.
yeah. Bit of a pantomime going on.
It's like, yeah, but I just
Mm,
try to keep my vibrations high, try not to be afraid, and just carry
yes.
on,
That's
carry on. Yeah.
beautiful. Beautiful.
One more thing I want to say about that trip, because that's
Oh, yes.
the most beautiful of all.
Yes.
The last night, Friday, um, we were just given such a great gift. I still remember it now. Again, in that circle in the desert last night, and we did a meditation and everything, and waiting and all that. And before we left, suddenly the whole circle was illuminated by 3 beams of light.
Wow, you are
And
kidding. Oh my
I
gosh,
still, I,
Nadia.
st- I still have goosebumps when I think about it now. I still remember it
Could
like it
could
was
you
yesterday.
see where it was coming from, or was it just so bright that
The top. Oh yeah.
my goodness?
uh, it was just one of those things that it's like if you had left reality for a split second,
Yes.
because you
Yeah.
can't really comprehend what just happened.
Tell me, how did that feel? Because you
Well,
must have been able to feel the energy.
it just happened. It just caught us by surprise.
Uh-huh.
Suddenly it was like boom, 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 gone. And for a split
Were you
second,
thinking, did I see that?
nobody said anything. And then exactly, we all looked at each other, and it's like, did you see light? Did you see some light?
That's
And then everybody
incredible.
started saying, "Oh my God, yes! Did you see that?" Wow, it was just out of this
Oh,
world, literally
yeah,
out of this
literally. That's
world.
what you wanted. That's what you asked for. That's
And
beautiful.
then I was happy to go home, because it was like, yeah, can't ask for more.
That's incredible. So, if anybody watching this would like to either, go out to California or even to connect with you to get some
Yeah, yeah.
information, is that okay for them to do
Of
that?
course, yeah.
Yeah,
They can
just to
find me on
email.
yeah, they can find me on Facebook.
Right.
I'm still on Facebook because I still have
You are brave.
I have a following there, so I just carry on.
Yes.
I'm still waking people up, so I carry on. You know.
Wonderful. Doing your job.
I've been to jail a few times, so that tells
Yeah,
you.
I know. I was on the cusp of going to jail, and I thought, oh, you know what? I can't be doing with this anymore. So I love Instagram though. I do love Insta.
Yeah.
That's same people, but slightly different.
But they can find me under my name. I use my name everywhere, and I'm
Lovely.
also on Telegram. I have a channel on Telegram.
Oh, fabulous! I didn't
Yeah,
realise.
yeah. I opened the channel again. I post a lot of things, and
Oh, I'd
again,
love to
it's under
follow
my
that.
name. It's under my name. I'll give you the
Perfect.
links if you like.
Yes,
Then you
please,
can
Nadia.
just
That would be great.
copy and paste them.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful.
But
Thank
yeah,
you.
if anybody wants to get in touch, that's absolutely fine. Yeah.
Lovely,
Yeah.
lovely. That's great. Oh, thank you so much for
You're
chatting
welcome.
with us. It's so.
Thanks for giving me the time. Yeah,
I
that
am
was
so
great.
well. I'm
Yeah.
just so excited. I tell you, I can't wait to start meditating and
Yeah,
connect and
yeah.
just like to get rid of that fear completely.
Yes,
You know.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But I think if you can do this C5, it's also a great way to connect.
Yes.
And I would say don't be impatient because a lot of people at first say, "Oh, nothing's happening."
Yes.
You've got to be in the right vibration. That's the key. And
Yes.
maybe do it with other
Absolutely.
people who know what they're doing, and they
Yeah.
can,
Absolutely.
give you some advice.
In hypnosis sessions, I've had many clients
Yeah,
who are different people, different beings,
yeah,
and have channeled those beings.
yeah.
And for me, that's normal. That's quite normal for me to speak to a galactic grey or
Yes.
reptilian or a tall white
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
But it's the external. It makes. It's not that it makes it more real. It's just different. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
adjusting to that and like
Yeah.
this is okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but join
Um,
groups. I mean, one
yes.
of my goals, if I can one day, is to go to Sashta.
Oh, where's
Is
that?
it Shasta,
Oh,
Mount
Shasta, Mount
Shasta, Mount
Shasta.
Shasta?
Yes, Mount Shasta.
I would
Yes.
love to go there.
Very sacred place, isn't it? The energy I hear.
Things happen there. I'm told.
Yes,
I mean, it's like everybody's talking about
Oh,
it.
we'll have to have a
Yeah.
girly road trip.
Oh yeah, I'd love that.
I'd love
Yeah,
that. I'd
yeah.
love that.
So maybe
Oh,
one day, yeah. But yeah,
yeah.
by all means, yeah, just get in touch. Anybody who's watching that's absolutely fine.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much. And
And
sending
you,
lots and
okay.
lots of love to you.
Sending you love
Bye-bye.
as well. Bye. Bye, Yvette.
Bye.